I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but there's just tons of little fish right there. Like tons. See if we can catch any. Guys, we're at the Spillway. And I just walked down here just to see if there was anything there possibly. And there's like a whole bunch of little bluegill right back here in this little cavity. And then over here by this grass bed, it seemed like it was something big, but it probably was just like a bluegill tail. And there we go, right there. As soon as it hit the water. About that. Not too bad. Easy little guy, easy. There we go. Alright guys, first fish right here. It's not too bad. It'd be perfect catfish bait for sure. So we're just using a little cricket style hook. It's probably my favorite hook to use for bluegill, and then just a pinch off the tail of the old red worm. Have a little standard bobber with a spring clip on it right here, keeps it in place. It's just a little bobber I picked up at a hardware store. And today we're actually doing some micro fishing. So here I have a micro series by Shakespeare rod. And here, if you want to read it, it's a light action 4 to 8 pound rod. It's I think it was 5'6". Yep, 5'6" says it right here. It's got a very nimble tip on it, not like an ultralight, but similar. And then I have it paired with Lew's light speed. It's the LS75 to be exact. It's a great little reel. And then I have 4 or 6 pound mono. I forget exactly which, but yeah, it gets the job done. Oh, yeah, they're hungry too. They're back there in that little corner, right? So we're out here at the Spillway. They're right there in that corner. Probably all throughout this little pond, we'll call it. But yeah, it connects and pretty much makes like a little creek going down that way. Just let one take it. There he is. Another decent one. Man, these guys would be great for catfish bait, I'm telling you. Easy, pal. Yeah, there we go. Nice little bluegill. Oh, aggressive fish right here. Oh, there he goes. Alright, catch and release on himself. Cool. I'm either annoying them and they're not hungry, or I need to put on a new piece of worm. Because we went from boom, boom, boom to nothing. So I'm going to cast out here in this little pocket and see what happens. I have my bobber set really, really shallow. We're fishing approximately 7 inches or so. There's one. Itsy bitsy little guy. Look how pretty this little fish is. Look at this little thing. Easy, pal. Looks like it'd be a keychain. Just tiny little sunfish. Let him go. Yeah, so I'm out of worm now. Kinda. I got a little bit of a piece of skin right there. I doubt it'll do much. Probably catch another little guy like that little sunfish. We'll see. Quick cast. Well, almost had something. Hey guys, fishing like this is a fun time. No, they're not huge, but they're there and something to pull in, something to keep reeling. There he is. Little fighter. This one is similar to that fish we just caught, just a tad bigger. Now these guys make really great flathead bait. Look, they have a bigger, wider mouth on. Look how small this fish is, and look how big that mouth is. It's about almost the size of a dime on this little fish. They're very aggressive. The color is very pretty. It stands out. It's got this red fin right here. These yellow, these blue dots. Some people, they're pretty enough. They put them in their aquarium at home, but yeah, these are called green sunfish. This one might end up being a long ear. I don't know. He's too small to really tell. But they're very aggressive. Like, you just see me catch this little guy. He put up a pretty good little fight for him. He's got that wide paddle tail on the back, and they're very aggressive. Flatheads love bait like that. So we're going to move down a little bit. We're going to hike down into another pocket for this creek where there's going to be a little bit bigger pond. So you guys sit tight. We'll do a little hiking in these woods, and you'll see me in this next clip. Alright guys, we're now coming on to where I wanted to fish initially, down there by the spillway. That was just a plus. Oh my gosh. Look at this water just boil. So fishing down there by the spillway was just another blessing, just to show you guys another possible area to fish. Oh man, there's bass in here. I didn't bring the right tackle. Okay, so we're definitely going to spend a little bit of time in here. So I fished here before with you guys. It was more down this way. It was one of my first videos where that deer actually came across us. But man, I can't believe I forgot my tackle box in the truck. So any little snags or any mishaps, I'll have to run back up to the truck. But anywho, gonna adjust my depth here, go about a foot. Then I was gonna initially start over there in that area I was talking about earlier, but I'm just seeing too much action right here. We're just gonna give it a go right here. Here we go. That's a really nice bluegill, actually. That's a really nice bluegill. That'd be a keeper. So keeper number one's on the board, guys. There we go. Very nice bluegill right here. Keeper number one for sure. Got the second camera put up. You guys just seeing in that clip, or me holding it up to it. Let's do that again. That was fun. Micro fishing is so much fun. Just cast, let it sit. I got a pretty decent little hit right there. Yeah, so in theory, the smaller the hook and bait you use, the smaller the fish you'll be able to catch. That's how earlier we were catching those really tiny little panfish up there by that spillway. If we were using a little bit thicker gauged hook or a little bit bigger offset, it probably would have been a little bit more of a challenge, but not impossible. I've seen some bluegill get caught on some pretty big hooks, people catfishing. It's kind of crazy. Give it a real good cast out there as best we can with this light tackle. That's the downfall of light tackle like this. You can't really cast all that far. Where we're sitting right there is probably about 20 yards or so, if that. Maybe 15 yards. I'll just let it sit there, slowly reel it in towards me, and if I come across something wants some worm, well, here it is. A little bit of action right there. Here we go. Ah, too soon, too soon. He was slowly taking off with it, so I figured I'd set the hook. Oh, something really nice. He's moving. He's moving. What do we got? Man, these fish are just strong back here. This isn't really that big of a fish, but you kind of see how girthy this guy is. He's got a lot of strength behind him. And I just wiggle the hook until it pops out. But yeah, this bluegill isn't really that big of a bluegill, but you can tell he's definitely mature. He's old, or not old, but full grown in this body of water. I'm sure they mate and lay eggs, just like any other body of water. So it's probably, that first one we caught is probably going to be one of the bigger sizes. And that fish we just caught there is probably going to be about average size for back in this area. Yeah, so worms we're using is just these Danceling Rascals right here. Big red worms. Not to be confused with night crawlers. In my opinion, night crawlers are only good for catfishing. I've seen people use them for carp, but I wouldn't suggest worms for carp. Night crawlers are better for catfishing if you're going to catfish with worms anyways. And I just slide it up on the hook shank like this. Some people will twist it on there and make it like a little ball. You can do that too. It's honestly all preference. Alright, let's see here. Look, my bobber's moving. It's going upstream, so there it is. Little guy right here. We'll go over to this camera. So yeah, if you ever see your float or bobber take off going upstream, yeah, you know you got something there. Just a little guy. Nothing much. I want to make a cast over this way now. Check my battery at 60%. I've noticed all of our bigger fish have come from right in the middle like that. Here we go. Another little decent sized panfish here. Oh yeah, that's a healthy fish too. Look at that. Oh, well, he got himself off the hook, so that's good. He bit my hook a little bit, so I'm going to take my pliers and bend it back. I'm using a really fine gauge hook. There we go. Perfect. Just bend it back straight as well as I can. There's that little divot right there, but no big deal. Again, we're fishing about roughly a foot deep. Really shallow creek water. We're just having a great time, guys. All right, I didn't even start I kept track that first fish. I think we've only caught one other keeper, but total fish caught, I'm not sure. I'll have to add them up when I edit this video. There we go. Not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Yeah, bluegill is a great fish. I think bluegill is probably #1 fish to learn with how to fish. There it is. every cast. It's awesome. We are blessed today, guys. Look at this little guy. There we go. And this piece of worm now has caught 3 fish, I believe. So let's cast a little bit more towards the left side over here, see if that does anything for us. Oh, that close. Almost. I didn't have a good hook set there. Sounded like a little rock bass maybe over here. Something. Maybe it's a smallmouth, or not small. Could be a smallmouth. Sounds like a bass attacking something rather than a bluegill. Instant. Just gonna let him play with it for a second. There he goes. Small guy. What? Okay, I thought he was foul hooked, but the line is actually behind his fin. There we go. Something moved it. There we go. There we go. I guess about the average size we've been catching. Barely caught this one. Right on the bottom of that jaw. Yeah, so this one would be another decent little catfish bait. Let's go ahead and put on a new worm. This one we're pretty much just working with the skin. We want something a little bit more meaty. Try to catch a bigger fish. Go put on a decent little chunk there. Yeah, these dancing rascals, these red worms, I really like using them. They seem to last forever in the fridge. I have a bait fridge in the basement, and they seem to last like literally months. You know, I hate to say that sometimes it goes that long before I fish, but sometimes it does. Or sometimes I'll use a different bait and they'll just sit there. But yeah, I'm just working that worm up that shaft of the hook just like that. Alright, let's see if we can catch something a little bit bigger with this one. Got a bigger bait. Let's try casting right in the middle as far as we can. There we go, that's not bad. It's about where we've been though, but hey, we caught some nice fish there already. Let's work it in slowly back to us. Maybe we'll come across something. I think she's on there.